Welcome to this live premiere. We're going to be talking about two different potential things that we could end up getting for the future. See how SpongeBob is excited? I'm excited to talk about this and continue to talk about the future of what 2025 could hold. And if you have not heard yet, we're getting a new SpongeBob game, and this game was very well done. I loved Cosmic Shade. They had a lot of cool different costumes and things like that. And one of the costumes that I'm wearing and showcasing for this particular video is one of the newest ones they added, the Gary plush costume that they added from the recent updates. If you have not yet unlocked it, I already have a video on it on how to unlock it with the short. We're going to show all the costumes, and this was one of the newest ones that they added, Gary plush costume. And then we also have the King Doubloon costume that some people don't have unlocked yet. So if you need help unlocking any of these costumes, if you have yet to finish the game and things like that, I don't want to spoil it too much, but you probably run into spoilers watching this video if you haven't. And if it's not something that you want to hear and listen to, you can go ahead and close it out and leave the premiere for today. So this is something that I wanted to do is focus on the future, and I'm going to be talking about two potential titles we might end up getting: a Revenge of the Flying Dutchman remake, just like they did Battle for Bikini Bottom rehydrated. We might get a remake for the Flying Revenge of the Flying Dutchman. Now, being open and honest, I have not played that game yet. I have yet to play that, and there's some other ones that I wanted to play too. The SpongeBob the movie video game, I wouldn't mind seeing that make a return. But another game that I missed out on was that movie game, SpongeBob the movie video game. I have yet to play and experience. But we're gonna start talking about the Revenge of Flying Dutchman, of what it could look like. And just for this particular video, I think I'm gonna run with this skin, the Dutchman Bob. Looks so good, it's scary. So we're gonna rock this costume throughout the video as much as I want to wear this one and showcase this newest one, because this was the final update that we ended up getting for this update for this game for Cosmic Shade. Now, if you have not finished this game ended on a cliffhanger, and it sounds like this could be an infinite loop. SpongeBob and everyone else is trapped in this infinite loop of everything happening all over again, where they cannot escape, and it's all because of Pastor. I'm going to get into that in a little while, but we're going to talk about what the Revenge of Flying Dutchman, my thoughts on Revenge of Flying Dutchman remake and predictions and things like that. Let's rock this skin throughout the video. So here's the other costumes in the game, the DLC, and more. So if anyone has questions about the costumes and trying to unlock them, I'll be definitely be willing to help you guys unlock them. And if you're stuck with certain things, I can definitely share suggestions and more. This is definitely one of my favorite costumes, the Quickster, and many others. This game has so many other costumes that didn't even make it into Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2, and how they could have continued to expand it in that game. But unfortunately, it's probably not going to be anything else as far as costume packs. So let's just start talking about. We're going to start with the Flying Dutchman, the Revenge of Flying Dutchman. Let's see, I got this skin on. So we're going to be rocking this throughout. I might even move around a little bit. I also want to try to get myself in a little bit of some fights. But let's go ahead and move these out the way, or maybe I can just head over here in this direction, so there's not too much of anything going on. Here's a little jellyfish. Wish you could kind of catch them, but um, let's just stay. I guess we'll stay right here in front of SpongeBob's house, which would probably be cool. It's all types of different worlds that you could go into in this area. I just don't want to get into any fights. Is he gonna attack? Okay, they're not. They're just standing there. But some of these characters can be changed, and a lot of things can be changed. Let's go over here and hang out with Squidward and Sandy for the rest of the video premiere, or for most of it, for just for a little bit for now. You know what I mean? And things have changed when it comes to this game. If you have not finished this game, it had a cliffhanger ending, all thanks to Patrick. And I think the developers did it that way because they already potentially had plans. They had future plans for what they wanted to do with this game, concerning the fact that they updated the game with new costumes, a couple. I think it was only two new costumes, and then we got the PS5 free upgrade. So if you had the PlayStation 4 game already, you get the PS5 upgrade free right off the bat. Which so I got basically two different versions of the game. I got the physical copy, and I got the digital version, which was free with the upgrade. The digital PS5 version free because I already owned the physical PS4 copy, regardless of which version that you own. digital or physical, you could get the free upgrade for the next gen if you have yet to get PS5. So that's what they end up doing, and that was all the changes that they did for this game. But let's start talking about what Revenge of the Flying Dutchman could look like and what I'm thinking so far from the teaser from watching it. And if you have not seen the teaser, I can also link that in the description by THQ if y'all want to check it out if you missed out on it. It is something new planned with a new SpongeBob game that they have planned for either for Cosmic Shade. It could be a sequel, which I'm also thinking, or it could also lean towards a completely different game with Flying Dutchman being the main antagonist, which will be awesome to see. I have not played that game and I missed out on that, so that'll be some kind of new experience for me. So just from watching the teaser, if you haven't seen it, it's only a few seconds. You can check it out on the THQ Gaming channel. Also, I can link that in the description so people can be able to check it out right away. And you guys can share your thoughts on whether you think it could be a full-on game, a full-fledged new title, or just a new DLC story expansion. Because it seems like they say it's a all new, brand new adventure. It seems like it's definitely gonna be something new. So we're just gonna hang out with Patrick and Squidward and Sandy and things like that for a little bit. Let's talk to him for a minute.
Warm and cozy. I'm almost fixing to hibernate.
So everybody is safe. Squidward's back to normal.
Don't you have to be annoying somewhere else?
The graphics in this game is nice. It's a beautiful game. All these different worlds. I cannot play the music, unfortunately. We're just gonna move to Seahorse, or maybe we just move away from it. Seems just playing at him. But let's start talking about it. I just wanted to see what they would say because we completed the game. We did everything possible that you can do in this game. So I'm thinking this could be a game that could be based off the Revenge of the Flying Dutchman as a remake. And the Revenge of the Flying Dutchman released way back in September of 2002. And anyone in here in the chat can correct me if I'm wrong. I think that game is way overdue alongside of many other titles that we could have for this game for a new SpongeBob game for next year. And with it, the Flying Dutchman could be the main antagonist, and maybe he could potentially be working with Madame Cassandra. I would run into her, but she's gone. She's long gone now because we already destroyed her. We put a stop to her plans and her schemes from the final boss, which was so short and not all that difficult to really be able to handle. So if you have not been able to play the final boss, you probably don't want to get spoiled, but we're going to start talking about other stuff. So let's just leave it on just one of these costumes. For example, let's just leave it on this one for now. So some other things, unfortunately I cannot play music, so no matter where I go, so it'll just be without music. But some other things from just watching this trailer, if you guys watch as they showcase it, there is swapping between SpongeBob and Patrick. I'm gonna show a little bit of this. SpongeBob and Patrick, it shows them being swapped. See how Patrick is a balloon? He's currently a balloon based on everything that transpired, and SpongeBob takes on a similar form like Patrick does. But the thing is, with Patrick and SpongeBob, when you look at this teaser, they're a ghost. SpongeBob is a ghost. It has the ability to become a ghost, a little mini form of a ghost. See how small Patrick is with a little small balloon? SpongeBob is going to be a little bit of a ghost, and then Patrick has the form of a ghost. So those are new transformations, and it also confirms that Patrick is going to be playable in that either DLC or the new sequel that they're working on for this game. When you watch the teaser, that's what I picked up on it. You can switch between SpongeBob and Patrick. SpongeBob can become a ghost from the trailer and teaser, and having the ability to maybe potentially switch characters in this game where you could be able to switch between Patrick and SpongeBob. I think that'll be awesome. And one thing that I want to share, instead of just wearing this costume, what do I want to put on? So I have to go. The one thing that I'm thinking now, see all the different costumes and being able to switch between SpongeBob and Patrick, maybe There's going to be ghost alternate costumes, new costumes to earn and unlock for Patrick, just like it's 8 different roles. It's 8 different roles in different or 8 different sections where you'll be able to unlock costumes with with SpongeBob. You will probably be able to unlock a similar amount of a good amount of costumes with Patrick in the next DLC or Cosmic Shake 2 if it is going to be a sequel for the game itself. Because SpongeBob has a lot of campaign costumes as you play. So maybe we'll be able to unlock more costumes with Patrick because Patrick doesn't have a single costume in this game. This game for Cosmic Shake is all about SpongeBob. He's the only character that can be playable in this game. So I'm thinking, just from watching the teaser, if you haven't seen it, there's definitely gonna be the ability, and it confirms Patrick being a new playable character. But is he the only one? This could be something. Just talking about the teaser. So new costumes for maybe SpongeBob and Patrick to be on unlock as you play and things like that. And you could probably they'll probably bring the doubloons back. Maybe it'll be a new currency. Maybe these are really awesome costumes. There can be more that they could be having planned for Patrick to be able to unlock, and maybe we'll probably be able to use the same ones that we already had. It poses a lot of questions that I wish I could ask them, ask THQ. Is there going to be new costumes for SpongeBob to be able to unlock? Will we be able to use the same costumes if it is DLC for Cosmic Shake? If it is DLC, will we be able to will our costumes be able to save and carry over when we go ahead and unlock DLC? See how it's only 2 tabs? Maybe it's going to be a DLC session where we'll be able to have a chance to really be able to click on it and be able to activate it. See how they got a award session for the challenges and things like that. These are pretty cool, but you unlock a costume from completing the awards, which are the challenges in a nutshell. So I'm thinking maybe the Flying Dutchman's graveyard from Battlefield Bikini Bottom could return, and it could be bigger than ever. This is definitely something that I'm thinking based off of watching that trailer. Definitely, I feel like the Flying Dutchman is going to be able to have something to do with it, considering the fact that he was showcased. He could be a main antagonist. Maybe he'll have his own agenda. Maybe he's going to be up to something. Maybe Madame Cassandra is probably going to have something going on with it and maybe could return, and she could be working with the Flying Dutchman. Flying Dutchman could be doing her bidding. You know what I mean? So there's so many different ways that they can really be able to tell this story for a new sequel, for new, for all new adventure. See, to the imagination, just imagine. It's gonna be a lot more going on, and concerning the ending, this story is definitely not over, and they're going to be in a lot of trouble again. Bikini Bottom is going to be in danger, and all of SpongeBob's friends are going to be sucked into this nightmare all over again. So that's just all I wanted to start with the teaser only. Now I'm going to start talking about the Cosmic Shade ending recap. We're going to start moving around. I'm about to wear the baggies. Or should I just be put something else on? I think I'm going to wear this just for the rehydrated vibes, just to showcase it. But what I'm thinking now, just for a little throwback, let's start talking about the Cosmic Shake ending. If you don't want to listen to the ending, you don't have to, and you can go ahead and skip it and close it out and exit out if you want to, and you can just leave the premiere until then, or you could skip ahead into a different session because it's not going to be all about the ending itself. Because I'm going to talk about a new game direction, what they can do for a sequel. But let's start doing the Cosmic. Let's start talking about the Cosmic Shake ending recap, and what I'll do. Just riding those seahorse. It's fun. I love just seeing this just with this kind of gameplay. So the Cosmic Shade recap, let's just move into a different area. I could just try to keep on going. Don't know. It's so many different things. It could play just like this. The Cosmic Jelly could come back. But let's just start talking about, say, put that jelly in my belly. That's what he's saying. Almost got stung by a jellyfish. But there's so much more that they can do just to share just with this gameplay and more. This world could be a little bit bigger, maybe different areas, new locations that we could be able to explore and go to all these different places and more. I'm just moving some of the seahorses out of the way so I'm not making too much noise. But for the recap, for the ending, let's head over here to the Krusty Krab. Let's be over here for a minute. And then we'll probably start getting into the combat and stuff like that for now. But the recap for the ending, if you have not yet played it, King Neptune, well, basically, we put an end to Madame Cassandra. We destroyed Squidward because he had a completely different form where she transformed Squidward into this giant final boss that looks completely crazy. He wasn't even that difficult. It was just a short and sweet boss battle. But just in a nutshell, King Neptune rewards SpongeBob for saving all of Bikini Bottom with one final wish. And you see the guy, I wish you could zoom in. He's the culprit. The guy that's floating around right now is Pastor Star. I hate to say and do it to him. Pastor Star is the culprit. He's the one to blame. He's the one that's responsible for putting us into this nightmare all over again. As silly as he is, he definitely did Bikini Bottom dirty with his silly wish. King Neptune rewards SpongeBob for saving for all of Bikini Bottom with one final wish and putting a stop to Madame Cassandra. Pastor ends up ruining everything with his silly wish, saying, "That was fun. I wish we could do it all over again." Right when SpongeBob was gonna get ready to grant his wish, and try to put everything back to normal and things like that, Patrick himself, yup, there he is. See him smiling? It's unfortunate. He was the one who chimed in and cut SpongeBob off and basically took over and decided to make his own individual wish, not realizing that SpongeBob was just getting ready to grant his wish to put everything back to normal. So Patrick's wish of wishing we could do it all over again, it it reverses everything and they go right back in time and it's an infinite loop. So there's no escape. There's no escaping now because everything that you see right now is completely gone and everything where it all started with everybody being sucked into this portal and being teleported and transported and Bikini Bottom just being in a total disaster, it happens all over again thanks to Patrick. So I feel like the developers did this on purpose to lead into a potential sequel or maybe some kind of DLC expansion where SpongeBob can be able to put an end to it all and maybe they can probably put some tape over Patrick's mouth to make sure he keeps quiet so he doesn't really try to make any silly wishes and ruining everything like he did. That's why we got the ending that we got because it leads back into this realm of disaster where everything is nothing. All these jelly monsters are created and things like that, running ruckus, and everything's completely changed. Mr. Krabs is stuck in a dimension. Sandy's stuck in Karate Town and things like that. It's the same thing. These are the words. Let's get into this for a little bit. Glovey is there. He's a great character. Glovey is just back all over again. From the Wild West, Jellyfish Fields, Mr. Krabs is back over there, with his greedy self. He back. And Sandy's back in Karate Downtown, Bikini Bottom. All those friends that SpongeBob pulled to try, he worked so hard to bring all those friends back into Bikini Bottom and return them home safely. They're back in all of these dimensions all over again. So what is it? It's deja vu all over again because of Patrick with his silly wish of trying to do it all over again. I know it was just a joke, but it ended up triggering a wish, and it was too late it could not be undone. So if you have not finished the ending and seen the ending yet, that's what basically happened. So the wish of trying to get everything back to normal, that SpongeBob, I'm assuming that he was gonna wish for everything to be back to normal and all this stuff to be cleared out, and everyone back at home safe and sound, and Bikini Bottom being saved once again. This wish suddenly gets granted and the game literally ends on this crazy cliffhanger. So maybe this is definitely how the sequel is going to be able to be played and tied into of how all this stuff came about. These jelly creatures are here. You got to stop these guys. You know what I mean? That's why they're here. Bang. Stumped on him. He's going to hit me. Got stunned. These guys are around and they're going to come right back. Bang. Stomp on him. Hit him with that combo. He gone. But you see what we just did? That was just an example. Let's get this jellyfish out of here before he stung me. I hit him before he get me. See what we just did? We disposed of those jellyfish creatures, those jelly monsters, and things like that. But guess what? Based off of Patrick's wish, they all get to come back. So they're all gonna come back. Everything's gonna just be ruined all over again. That's what happened. That was the Cosmic Shade ending in a nutshell. So we're just gonna be back to square one, starting all over again, and SpongeBob has to do the same thing all over again. He's not gonna be able to get that. He's not gonna be able to save Bikini Bottom because of Patrick. It's his fault. And I don't want to say it like that. As much as I love both of these characters. So this could definitely tie into a sequel for Cosmic Shade 2, or maybe a brand new adventure, as they claim, as they tease, like THQ teased from the trailer. A all new adventure is going to be able to begin. And and I'm thinking it also has to be potentially a new game, because they did the little throwback to Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated of all the things that they did and what they released so far when it comes to the titles. All the new titles and the new games that they came out and released so far, they paid homage, did a little throwback from the past. They started from the past, and now here we are in the present. We're gonna be getting that Cosmic Shade sequel or some kind of new game, which makes me think it has to be a new game when it comes to the Flying Dutchman being responsible as the main antagonist. He's in Pirate Goo Lagoon as a protagonist, and he needed help. He's not a boss in this game. The Flying Dutchman is not a boss in this game. Like he was in Battle for Bikini Bottom, of course, in the Flying Dutchman's graveyard, if you played it. He's in this world of the Pirate Lagoon. So maybe we can just go there. Let me see. Shipwreck Treasure, Lagoon Landing, things like that. Maybe I can try to go there. I love the fast travel in this game. Hopefully they can bring this back too. Maybe it'll be a little bit more open world, but we don't know. See, with all this stuff, maybe we'll play a little bit of it. It probably won't do no harm. Maybe a little bit. Listen. Oh, y'all probably won't even hear it. See the explosive pie. It was all types of different things that was going on. So maybe he's gonna probably be able to be a main antagonist of what they can do. Let's start talking about the new game direction of what they can possibly end up doing. Let's change the costume. Let's put this on. It was nice. Patrick could probably get some of these costumes. Something similar. Is he still gonna get shot at? Let's see. All this stuff that goes on. I love the gameplay of this game. So much stuff. It's different moves that you can get. Yo, he's gonna still get shot at.
I think he lost his pants.
Sorry, nothing personal. I love the different moves that you can learn and unlock. You know, the Krusty Krab pizza. I was trying to see if he was gonna say it, but it's so many different things.
Sweet.
It's so many different things that they can do with this game. So this is the new adventure where it can start. See, I forgot Prawn was in this. He's in Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated as well. But all these characters all these creatures and things like that y'all see, Prawn is gonna come right back. Oh, he got stunned.
You cannot run forever, but I will certainly make you try.
Prawn is gonna come right back. Don't know. So you got stunned. Thanks, Prawn.
You should call me the Crying Dutchman, for you are a little baby.
Go ahead, swing this on. These guys are all gonna return. Prawn is gonna be a problem. He might come back stronger than ever. Let's start talking about more of this stuff.
Say good pie.
It's a good pie. It's just awesome to see this. I forgot he can blow bubbles. He can dodge. All those different mechanics that did not exist is in this game.
Crying Dutchman, for you are a little baby.
But it's awesome to see all this stuff. They're gonna be able to make their return in the sequel. They could be stronger than ever. So some new things that I wanted to just bring together for a new game direction for what they can do for this game. Bikini Bottom could potentially be stuck in this endless cycle or infinite loop where Madame Cassandra can return and can be even more powerful. Patrick really affected the future in a very bad way, so I'm thinking this could be something that they can end up doing for a sequel with all these different worlds. She's nowhere to be found, of course. Well, let's just start going to some of these other worlds. I'm gonna just go here to Jelly World, Jelly Glove World. Let's go to the entrance. It's just so many different things. These worlds can be upgraded, but they can add other ones. I love seeing the rock bottom. Rock bottom is part of Halloween. It's Halloween rock bottom, which was one of my favorites, which I like. But there's so many other different worlds that could be able to get into this game for expansions, and Patrick could have his own little worlds to explore too, and switch between them and his own individual gameplay. Let's start talking about some of this stuff. A new game direction. What they can do for this game is have, it's like the Batman Sentinel. That's pretty cool too, for the Krusty Krab. It's all types of different things. Look at Glovey. Let's talk to him.
I appreciate your coming back to my park after the way I acted. You're a true friend, SpongeBob.
Such a good character. He can stomach. He could probably come back and start causing ruckus. He could be different. You know, the way he apologized, but he's gonna be different. They're gonna come right back. These characters are gonna come right back just because of everything that happened. So a new gameplay direction with all this kind of stuff, new moves, new abilities, new costumes, and then Patrick's gonna have his own different gameplay. But I didn't want to just settle with just that with Patrick. What about other characters being playable like Squidward and Sandy, for example? Remember from Battle of the Bikini Bottom? Rehydrated Sandy's a playable character. She's a playable character in that game. SpongeBob and Patrick and Sandy are playable characters. How about some of those other characters being playable and unlockable? So it's not just all about SpongeBob. As much as I like playing as him, it shouldn't be all about SpongeBob. It's gonna take teamwork to bring this world back together for Bikini Bottom. We could be able to play, and Sandy can have her own costumes for some of these characters that can be playable from the campaign. You know, she could have her own little cowboy Texas style sort of costume as an idea for the developers and things like that. You know, it's so many different ways that they can do this, not just settling and making it seem like it's just SpongeBob all over again. It definitely is going to have a new character as a playable character for someone outside of SpongeBob, Patrick being a playable character based off the teaser. We got to get more characters to be playable, new bosses that can get involved, maybe some other villains like Kevin could be in it. It'll be funny to see him get into the game. Bubble Bass and other bosses that maybe Madame Cassandra can have this kind of control over and her influence over, where she could be able to stop and try to slow down SpongeBob and Patrick from saving Bikini Bottom, and then King Neptune can probably go rogue. He could be a boss. He would have been the ideal final boss, but there's so many other characters that could be.
Glovey gave me a hug and I didn't even cry. I love him.
There's so many different things that they can do. See what he's doing? He got his little Glovey face. Look at the art. They got nice stuff. Glovey and Patrick can have their little own unique interactions and stuff like that. It'll be awesome to see that. New quests, new missions, where it's not just a one and done thing. You can do more stuff. Because back in Bikini Bottom, let's just go there. Back at Bikini Bottom, some of the characters just have one little mission and or some kind of objective and one little area for you to clean up, and it was just quick and easy. That's that little cleanup process from Sandy's tree dome. It was just one and done. When you first start playing the game, all this stuff can be bigger and better. Squidward and Sandy, look, they're already made. Let's get this guy out. They're already prepared. Their models are already ready. Squidward can have his own little moves. He can use his clarinet, play a little bit of notes and things like that for his own individual gameplay. Certain points that can be able to help and be able to prosper for some of these developers that can really be able to get and come out with more stuff. So it needs more things that can really be able to allow the game to prosper with all the different things that they can do. Because since we're getting the DLC, it could be a DLC expansion, but they haven't yet to show anything. But these are just my own ideas of what they think they can do to expand, where it's not the same thing. So with the DLC expansion, it's definitely going to be a sequel, so we can have more to really be able to go along for as far as the future for new unlockables. So it's not just one individual character. We can be able to switch and be able to unlock everything else from there, and then the game creates sales. And then even if it's just a DLC expansion, we can have more for other players to be able to get involved with. So even if it's more story expansions, it could be other individual stories for Patrick and Sandy to have their own individual gameplay. It'll definitely work out. I forgot these guys are doubles. See, this and they work together. So they reform. Gotta get them out. This world is definitely something that could be perfect, even bigger and better, an expansion, or maybe a new game that you guys probably want to see. Some of y'all probably want to see a DLC, maybe a brand new game. I personally want to see a brand new SpongeBob game, but I wouldn't mind a sequel, but it has to have a definitive ending because we're just in this infinite loop. Patrick's just gonna keep on wishing for the same thing. It shouldn't be like that. So this is all unique stuff that you can get involved with. See, little surfboard, and you can, Krusty Krab piece of hovering. Some of these mechanics did not exist. See the slingshot? You got all this stuff that's very well put together. It saves you all that time, so you ain't have to keep on going back and forth. So all these two, see, in the sequel, 4 characters. Yeah, 4 characters, SpongeBob, Sandy, Squidward, and Patrick can be playable. In this DLC expansion, it'll definitely be helpful. So other players can really be able to unlock stuff. It's just going to be great, and it's going to benefit the product. Costumes for themselves, he can have Squilliam, for example. Sandy can have her karate gear and things like that. It's so many different other sort of costumes that they can have. So I think that's some of the things that I would like to see for a whole new game direction with new unlockables and gameplay, and they get their own abilities that they can unlock. It'll be really cool to see for a sequel. So if y'all want to see a sequel or a DLC or maybe a brand new remake, it could be Flying Dutchman remake. Some people say it's one of the most underrated SpongeBob games. I haven't experienced that game, so I don't know how it's gonna be able to play, how it played, but it'll definitely be a first time experience to really be able to check this out and see how it goes. The Dutchman is definitely going to be a main antagonist. Just again, I feel like it is going to be something related to the Flying Dutchman with his story being a main antagonist, and then with those unique abilities of having SpongeBob and Ghost Patrick, a Ghost SpongeBob and Ghost Patrick, and being able to switch between the two, they'll definitely have their own unique gameplay. So I'm hoping that maybe this month we'll probably get a trailer. December just started. We'll probably see it at the Game Awards. It could be at the Game Awards. It could be at later on in the month beforehand, because that's how we first got the trailer for SpongeBob the Cosmic Shake, and it had a January release. So this is just some additional things that I'm thinking. We could see a good additional trailer to find out more about this game, or a DLC expansion if it's really going to be a sequel or maybe a remake. I would love to see THQ remake all these games for next gen and make them bigger and better than what they are. Even with the Nicktoons Unite games, they can make all these games better and appeal to the nostalgia and some of the best games that's ever been made for these Nicktoons titles. Hopefully we can get those.